Hey everybody, Darren here from College Gaming coming at you with another Shogun 2 Total War multiplayer video. This one is also guns versus swords, just like my last video. Probably not as good a win, I'd say, although the man I'm going up against, Sadabayev.s, he is a full star general online. I'm pretty sure he is the top rank. Maybe I'm wrong. Next to his little photo, stars go all the way up, and he has other icons, so I'm just not too familiar with. So he's pretty experienced anyway, to say the least. So this is Sada's army over here, and this is mine over here, and I knew this time, as opposed to last, and over there, and I knew this time, as opposed to last time, that he'd be using guns, because, well, only once I got into the game anyway, into the battle itself. The reason I knew was because he had a retainer boosting his riflemen, and I was like, oh, brilliant, here we go again. So yeah, it's a very open plain as well. Last time, I don't know if you remember, if you did watch it, you should, it's a pretty good battle. There was a hill in the middle, and I was able to hide behind the hill and shoot over it and then work around it, and that's basically what won the battle for me. A lot more good tactics in that battle than probably in this one. There's some in this one, but I'm going to focus more on Sada and what mistakes he made. I feel like if I was him, I definitely would have won against me, because I wasn't as prepared as I should have been for what he threw at me, basically. So oh, and thanks for everyone who watched and commented and liked the last video. Got a great response from it on the Total War Center forums. I believe one guy even said like he just loved my voice or something. I'd never heard that before. That was very nice. It's probably a bit different this week. I am recovering from a throat infection, so I probably don't sound as good. But that was really nice, and I'm glad people liked it. So that's why I've done another one. I know it's a long time between the two, but I'm in college at the moment. I have tests this week, and after this week, I'm out. I'm off college, so I'll have no work, so I'll just be playing this all the time. Apart from my actual job, but pretty much from 5 to 10 at night, I'll just be able to play this as much as I want and make lots of videos. So comment and like, it's really appreciated. I don't mind if you do it in the forums. I'd prefer if you did it on the video, but in the forums is fair enough. That's where I post the video as well. So let's just get right into it. Okay, so I have 3 units here of katanas. Oh, well, first of all, I'm just going to explain what I have, what he has, and then play the battle, just in case you're unfamiliar with how I do things. Basically, I have 5 units of katana samurai here. Okay, 3 here and 2 veteran units here. Now, a veteran unit, it's pretty cool if people don't know. You can name your own veteran units, and they have a slight bonus. You can re-recruit them after a battle you've won. So it's like, oh, you won the battle with this unit, they're veterans, or whatever, if they did good. So I like that. It's 2 veteran units, so they're slightly better than normal katana samurai there. I have 2 Naginata cavalry, my general, who is a missile type. By the way, if anyone knows how I can change him to a melee type, it'd be greatly appreciated, because I don't know how. All my bowmen are over on this side, 4 bow ashigaru, standard bowmen, and then 4 Naginata attendants here. Now Naginata attendants, I think, pretty sure they're for the cost of money, they're better than the normal Yari Ashigaru. These are only 220, and the Yari Ashigaru are like 370 or something, but they almost pack the same punch. So, you know, best value there, I think. Plus, it's good to go for a high number. Like, I didn't know it's going into battle, but if you know you're going up against guns, more troops is better. Like, definitely, if you're not using guns yourself, you definitely need to counter his guns with just having a lot of people. And I know it's kind of harsh, but a lot of them are going to die. But they're bullet sponges. They'll soak all those bullets up nicely. So if you can continue your running, your charge, and beat the first couple waves of bullets, once you've closed ranks, it's all over for him, essentially. I have 3 units of cavalry here, light cavalry, Yari cavalry, and mounted Naginatas again. Yari cavalry is probably the best cavalry there. Mounted Naginatas are pretty good, and light cavalry are okay. So, reason I put these guys over here was, of course, I couldn't see any of these. I didn't know where he was going to deploy. We have 3 points, one there, and here. This is the defense point. I felt if I'm going to take these bullets, I'm going to need to you know, have a good defense. So my plan was just to rush with these guys forward, bring the cavalry up along the tree line, and reinforce with bow ashigaru. I was going to use these guys to soak out the bullets, believe it or not, to also fire back now and then while I could capture it with these. I assumed he'd be going for it as well. That, however, was not the case. He didn't put any troops over here. We'll get to that in a minute. Then this point here is increasing morale and increases the stamina over here. So basically, plan was, like I told you the plan for over there, plan for here wasn't great, if I'll be honest. 5 units of katana samurai and no bow units. I don't know why I did that, especially considering there's 2 points here. It's clearly the more dangerous area to be in. So but the plan was, once he deployed, was just to rush everybody up, take this point and take that point as quick as possible, reinforce with the cavalry, just see what happens and react. Okay, so I'll show you what he has first, really quickly. He had his general at the back. He had 3 units of spear levy, 1, 2, and the third in the bushes there. Spear levy are just like your Yari Ashigaru, I'm assuming. I don't think they're any better than that. He had 1 unit of Tosa riflemen, who are extremely good line infantry. And then his cavalry was where it all kicks off. He has 4 units of Imperial Guard cavalry. Now, Imperial Guard cavalry carry these rifles on their backs, as you can see. So they just run everywhere, super mobile, super effective, super accurate. They just run straight up to you, shoot you, run away. It's like revolver cavalry, except 10 times worse. If you watched my last video, they had 1 unit of revolver cavalry and they're pissing me off so much. They might be slightly less mobile, slightly slower, but they're still extremely quick to deploy and like fire and reload and everything. So you had 4 units all along there, 1 in the tree line as well, and then a unit of saber cavalry out here. Saber cavalry again are better than most of my cavalry, because he has all very late troops as he's a high rank general, whereas I don't. So this is like my 6th or 7th battle online, and it's probably like it's probably about my 10th actually by now. And I just felt it was worth the upload because it's guns versus swords again. I had an amazing guns versus swords battle earlier today. However, I played another battle and I lost the autosave replay, and I was devastated, so I kept playing until I came up against guns again. So anyway, I'll stop boring you and just begin the battle. Right, so first thing I did, like I said, pushed all the Naganatas up this side and all the missile troops up there. Now I do this before I even look at anything going on in the battle. Getting your troops moving first is, for me anyway, is key. I think it's very important to do that. Now he didn't do that at all. Now, sometimes I'm sure if you kind of want to be more defensive, staying in a place can be okay. But I feel capturing the points is a huge benefit, so you should just select all your units, press the apostrophe button, and they'll all start marching forward, unless they're in groups, and then things get a little bit more complicated. So again, he still hasn't even reacted here, and I was even wondering, am I getting lag or something? And what he has actually done is shuffled his cavalry around a little bit. I think he was just kind of forming a plan, looking at the battlefield, seeing what he should do. So I was moving my cavalry up here like I was planning. I was going to bring them around eventually. Now at this point, I was really worried because meeting no resistance on this side means that all these units except 1 are pretty much ineffective, because I only needed 1 to capture that point. Now there's no way I could have known that, but that's just what I did. So what I had to do was bring all my troops across this river, and crossing the river takes ages, especially since these guys, they don't have any bow backup. So I needed to get all my bow troops across as quick as possible, and then hopefully the plan was bring the cavalry around and they can reinforce from the back if they get there. So here I am capturing the morale post, and I pretty much already have the increased armor. Now, I realised what his cavalry were when I hovered over them, so I decided to bunch all my guys behind the dojo. Probably not a smart move if he had come around, but he didn't, so I'm very lucky in that. He should have, there's nothing to stop him from just lining up there, and firing into this dense thickness of troops. He might have been scared of my cavalry, but even so, there's not that many of them. and he'd be able to get a few shots into my general. So yeah, I realised there's nothing I could do. This dojo wasn't giving enough protection, and he's firing in from these edges. So I thought, screw it, I'm just gonna have to push forward and just deal with it and go for it. I'm gonna lose men, but maybe I can catch him off guard. But of course, because he's cavalry, he can just back off super quick. And that's what he did. And rightfully so. Meanwhile, my cavalry over here are coming around the back of his to meet his sable cavalry. That was the idea, come across the river real quick. And I'm bringing all my troops across here. I just took a massive hit there. I'm trying to close with his troops, but I just can't get close enough to them because of cavalry. And I've toggled, just there I toggled loose formation. I tried to spread them out more thinly. It's probably a bit too late for that. Now, I'm just going to pause really quick. I've engaged his cavalry over here with my 3 units of cavalry against his 1, but he has saber cavalry, they're pretty good. My guys are slugging it out in the rivers, trying to come across quicker. I brought the bows over first. I was going to line them up to shoot into the main body of his army, over the protection of the dojo. Yeah, massive problem. This is what he should not have done. He brought his cavalry behind his main line, which I suppose is okay, but he should have brought them around here, lined them up and start firing in, or... yeah, I suppose he couldn't really go around that side, but he could bring them around. He should be able to match my cavalry, like he should be able to do that. And then when he'd beaten them, or fired a few shots into them first, he could have just lined up behind my guys, which are going to be fighting his spear levy, fired into them. He could have done a lot of damage, but he never did. He kept them behind his units, and as a result, he never got a good line of sight to my troops, so he wasn't able to fire properly. So there I am engaged with his troops now fully. Now over here, my cavalry are pushed up. I met with some of his Imperial Guard cavalry here that he left kind of on the edge. And you can see him there retreating into the forest. He hasn't spread them thin, they're quite bunched. His line infantry here are a mess. His spear levies have broken. Over here they haven't though. Well, they're about to. No, they have. And my cavalry's pushing up further. I'm getting a few shots in with my bow ashigaro here into his Imperial Guard cavalry. And his whole line's a mess. Like, he's in these trees, he can't get a good line of sight to me. He hasn't spread his units out. I mean, there was an opening there, he could have brought them out and aimed behind my guys. And as soon as you do that, you sap the morale of everybody. Now, I've already got a morale boost. So, you know, he just shouldn't have lost that point at all. Having troops that can run around you and shoot you, such a benefit. And he screwed it up. I don't know how he did. Now, I had like way more numbers than he did, but half my army hadn't even got to the battle by the time all this had happened. So you can pretty much discount that. It's like we almost had like even numbers for what was fighting. And I was just chasing down some more units here. His line infantry were a mess. Like, he never did anything effective with this whole unit, and they're extremely good. So I don't know why he would position them like this. What is he aiming at? Over there? Definitely not over here. Not really over there. So I brought my cavalry up, my little bit of cavalry, just to hit into his line, knock over some men, just to finally break him, and the battle was over. So that's it. I got a decisive victory. It was quite an easy win. I just thought it'd be interesting to show you that battle. Just so you can see how wrong it can go when you have gun troops. Now, I just do not like guns in games, in Total War games. I think it wrecks it. I don't like it at all. So it's always a very personal win of mine when I beat an army that's using the cursed technology of the Western world. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Leave a like in the comment if you liked the video, if you want me to do more, or just what did you think I should do differently? Do you think it was too much of an easy battle? Did I do anything wrong? What were the flaws in that battle for him and myself. Sada was his name. I'll show you the results now in a minute. But feedback is really appreciated. I'd really like it if you could leave some sort of feedback to do with tactics, preferably, or how you want me to do the videos in the future. So thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you sometime soon.